The worst wife one can have is the one who's unappreciative, never satisfied, never content. In Islam, we have a lot of evidences covering this, and I will not go into it because it requires a lot of time. I'll just give you bullet points and only signals and indicators to it, and inshallah you know it. I have done the last weekend a course on a quest for love that dealt with how to choose your spouse and the required characteristics in them. So first of all, as a man, you're requested and instructed to choose a woman who has good characteristics, such as she has to be pious, righteous, God-fearing, religious. And this is the most important characteristic in your future wife. Whether she's beautiful, wealthy, or coming from a good family, this is beside the point. The most important thing is that she is practicing. And by practicing, we don't mean that she's wearing the niqab and the gloves. A lot of the Muslims think that this is to practice Islam. And so many who wear the niqab and wear the gloves do not pray on time, do not observe their fast. They are bad in character. So you have to look at a holistic and look at it in a holistic way as to whom is practicing and who is not. She has to have her modesty and chastity, because the Prophet told us ﷺ that among the women of hell are those who do not. So if you marry someone and she shows her flesh, exposes herself, or she is indecent, then this would not make a good family. She has to be satisfied with whatever Allah gives her. And most of the men here are saying, well, we got that wrong for sure. Because unfortunately, a lot of the women have this in them. They lack this feature of satisfaction and content. And this is why in the authentic hadith, when Ibrahim, peace be upon him, came to visit his son Ismail, peace be upon him, and he was married and he did not see him since he was like 14, 15 years old. He did not find him and he found his wife. So he asked her, how is life? And she said, life is horrible, food is scarce, we don't have water, my husband is out all the time. So he told her, when your husband comes, give him my regards and tell him your father says, change your doorstep. So when Ismail came and she told him, and he told her that this was my father and he's telling me to divorce you, go to your family. The worst wife one can have is the one who's unappreciative, never satisfied, never content. And then when he married again and Ibrahim visited him years later, the second wife did not complain. On the contrary, complimented everything she had. And Ibrahim said, give him my regards and tell him to preserve and to keep his doorsteps. And when he came back, Ismail, and she told him, he told her, this was my father. It is extremely important for a Muslim family to have the content, not only from women, but also from men. But this is not our topic. You know, we're addressing the characteristics of the potential misses. Among the characteristics before choosing a wife, the Prophet tells us that the women of Jannah are those who are wadud, walud, a'ud. Wadud meaning that she's caring and loving. So you have to choose someone who's caring and loving. And I'm not telling you to go online, chat with her, and maybe go Skype so that you know her before marriage. This is haram. So how would I know if she's caring and loving? From her family, from her friends. They tell your mother, they tell your sister that she is kind, she is nice, she does not flare out, and she does not become angry, she doesn't have any rage attacks. MashaAllah, okay, this is nice. But to marry someone and end up in fights every single morning and evening, this is not advisable. She has to be wadud, caring and loving. Walud, she has to be fertile. able to produce children, because this is the essence of getting married. Sheikh, I can't go on Skype. Okay, how would I know this? She's fertile. We're not married yet. Well, scholars say, look into her family. So if, of course, her mother is fertile, look at her sister.